What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about Nio and why this puppy could roar in 2021. So before we hop into that, we just asked you guys to hit that sub button. We are so close to that 350, I believe it is, on our subs. Yep. We're trying to hit that by the end of January. 2 days left. If you guys could help us out, hit that sub button. It really helps us grow the channel. But without further ado, man, let's give us some razzle dazzle and hop into it. So Nio, we got this thing. We believe this thing is just going to take off in 2020, and there's a lot of analysts that think that as well, and there's a bunch of reasons for it. I mean, first we'll just start off with the quarterly earnings. If we look at the quarterly reports we'll look at quarter 3 because quarter 4 isn't out yet for 2020, so we'll kind of compare 2019 and 2020's quarter 3s. So they've had nothing but growth. It started off a little sketchy at the beginning of the year because we had COVID happen. And so it looks like their deliveries went down because of that. And that appears to be that reason because it's been nothing but growth since. If we look at 2020, the quarter 1, we had 3,800 vehicles. Quarter 2, man, 10,000 vehicles, more than doubled. Right. And then quarter 3 adds another 2,000 on top of that. You got 12,000 deliveries. And I know they said they released a report earlier in, what was it, at the end of last year, saying that their record numbers for December were up, or their deliveries for December were up. So in quarter 4, I'm expecting bigger numbers, more growth, more potential here. So it kind of gets me excited about this stock, and we can compare that through their numbers from 2018. We look at their sales, and it looks like they started to grow roughly around quarter 2 of 2019. So mid 2019 is usually when it looks like that's when they started to kind of to grow their sales. So we look at their revenue as well, man. $666 million in revenue in 2020 for quarter 3. So like that, if we compare that back to I believe it's 2019's quarter 3 report, they were at 257 million. So again, more than doubled that, and that's great. This is what you want to see in a growing company. This is exactly what we want to see in a growing company, and I feel like this is why people feel so strong about Nio, and Nio Day completely blew it out of the water too. So
yeah, and while we're talking about deliveries, we've said this before, but they say that this year they're trying to hit 150,000.
Right.
So last year I think they did like around 44s. For mid 40s, somewhere in there. So if they go from that to 150,000, and then next year they want to hit 300,000. So like that's we see this growth right now of their deliveries in the past year, going up a few thousand every quarter. Well, man, it's just gonna go nuts if they do hit these delivery goals that they want to do. Like that's blowing themselves out of the water.
Right. And I know there's reports of them building a new plant to hit that 100,000. So we did a video a couple weeks ago on a new plant that is possibly being built, which I don't even think it's a possibility anymore. I think I'm pretty sure it's new. It's like actual news now at this point. But they're looking to build a plant north of their current plant to help with that 100,000 vehicle production this year. So that's even to the freaking moon. So that's just another great thing that's coming their way.
Right. So, but you look at their stock now, and when they're only doing, say, mid 40s deliveries a year, just wait until this thing's doing 150, 300,000.
Right.
Like,
wait until they expand internationally. And I've got like notes and stuff on that too. So I'll hop into that here in a second.
All right.
But yeah, so clearly their reports are going up. This is exactly what you want to see in a growing company. But they also got the other day, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, they got a price target of $80 from Morgan Stanley. So that's like the second or third analyst that's come out giving them a price target above $75. I know that there's been reports of somebody giving them a report of $90 or a target of $90. So clearly other analysts, and it's not just us, multiple analysts. I'm not an analyst. I'm just kind of like reading over what I'm finding. And there's multiple analysts that are reporting, over $75 a share.
There's even that one. Yeah, there's even that one that's $100.
Right.
That analyst out of Japan. So
right. It'll be interesting to see where this goes this year and where we're headed. So, and look at this video I found the other day. Look at this. So this video is showing the autonomous driving. It's sped up so it looks like it's going crazy fast, but this is over like a minute period. But so when the car was driving down this parking garage, it was finding the parking spots. You could see it like on the iPad looking tablet thing here. It was like beeping as it drove by an empty spot. And then the guy found a spot and he just hit the button to auto park and it just auto parks. I'm like,
that's pretty awesome.
Right. I cannot wait till that happens here and we don't have to deal with people trying to parallel park on our main street, man. People trying to parallel park on Main Street's the worst thing in the world. It's just they don't get it. They hit the curb and then they give up and just drive off.
Right.
But man, there's just so much about Nio we can go into. So again, yeah, they had that price target upgrade of $80, and then in December of 2020, Nio acquired, according to a report, they acquired 3.1% of all of EV sales in China. And we look at this chart. This is the chart that came with that report. The report came from Equal Ocean, an Equal Ocean analyst. And the yellow is what Nio is. So they had 3.1% sales of all EV vehicles in China. But then they also had... back in November, so in November, they were only at 2.84, and then in December of 2019, they were at 2.53, so they're clearly growing. So that's fantastic to see that growth. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if they continue to do that growth. But they're also talking about expansion globally. I know they were saying that they're looking to go to Norway. There were job postings in Norway that we talked about in a couple videos ago. About them starting, expanding into Europe. So I believe it was in 2020. Yeah. So in August of 2020, there was a report that Nio came out saying that they were looking to expand internationally and build cars for international production by the second half of 2021. So I think that will honestly drive this stock through the roof. And some analysts are saying that would honestly merit a $150 price target. So that would give them reason to put a $150 price target on that. And that's almost triple from now. We're sitting at $57. So just triple your money, dude. I don't know if it's obviously, I don't believe it's going to hit 150 this year. I'm putting a year-end target of, I want to say probably anywhere between 100 and 125. That's where I'm honestly putting it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say low 100s, but
right.
I mean, we'll see.
It'll be interesting, and I know there's been, I would say, a little bit of talk from what I was seeing through some of these reports of them wanting to expand in the States, but that's not on the radar right now. Clearly, according to their job reports, it's more Europe.
Yeah, they've talked about it. They've talked about it in the past, but that was, I think, 2 years ago, and then there hasn't really been any other news about it. So, yeah, we'll see when that happens.
I'm really hoping they do, because their freaking cars are bomb, dude. When they released that new sedan and Nio Day, man, oh my gosh, It looks so good. I want it so bad. But the last thing on our notes, on why this could expand in 2021 and why this could be huge, is they have models that are down the pipeline. There's rumors of them starting a minivan, which would be huge. I have a large family, so we have a Suburban. We've talked about getting a minivan. And an electric minivan, dude, I would love it. 7 to 8 seats. If we look at we'll look at the Nio stock now and kind of talk it over. So yesterday we had it was a huge sell-off, I don't even know what it was. It was
just a market sell-off in general. Yeah.
Everything just died. Literally just died. I still feel like some of this is coming from that GameStop and I don't know if people are selling out of stocks to get into GameStop. I don't know if this is cause of COVID, the new strand that they're talking about. Not quite sure what caused it, but this is the second time in the last week this has tanked off multiple %. And it honestly provided a great buying opportunity for people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just going to say this whole week wasn't the greatest, but it was a big mix of things. They're talking about the new COVID strand. They're talking about the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine not being as effective as they thought. So there's been some negative news. So, and the whole market bubble, they've been talking about that. So
yeah,
I think it's a lot of things combined.
Right. And so until they start to get some positive news out, I think things are just going to keep trading sideways. May go down, may go up. And I feel like Nio's just been stuck at this $55 to $60 mark for the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We've broken out of it a couple times, but it's always been pulled right back to where we're at now. So it'll be interesting to see where we go from here. But we'll keep an eye out. Their earnings reports are rumored to be out March 17th. So there's no official date yet. That's just based on previous data from other quarterly earnings. So we'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully we get some news on that. But that wraps up this video. If you guys like this kind of content, hit that like, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. So it helps us grow the channel. Again, we appreciate all the support so far. Thank you guys so much for all of that and all the subs. And again, we're trying to hit 350 by the end of January. If you guys could help us out, hit it for us, please. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the next video.